Speak without speaking. Your highest prayer is wordless, soundless. Hello. Take a deep breath and exhale slowly. In this moment, imagine standing at the edge of a tranquil lake at dawn. The world is silent. The water is glass and the sky is overflowing in the softest hues of daybreak. In this sacred silence, you feel a presence, a fullness not of words, but of meaning, intention, and being. Now, again, let us take another deep breath and exhale slowly. In this moment, notice the silence around you, within you, the stillness. What if I told you that your highest prayer, the deepest communion with your higher self, the divine, is not spoken in words, but felt in silence? Today, let us explore what it means to speak without speaking, to discover that your greatest expression, your greatest and highest prayer, your deepest love is wordless. It is soundless. It is silent. It simply is. What does it mean to communicate without uttering a word? To offer your most profound prayer with neither sound nor syllable, and to embody a presence that resonates beyond language? It begins with visualization. Picture yourself sitting quietly beneath a great tree, its branches arching overhead in a cathedral of green. There is nothing here but the rhythm of your breath, the gentle movement of light and shadow, and the feeling of being wholly present. In this space, your heart expands. There are no requests, no formal words, yet you are praying. Your entire being is a living, breathing prayer. Wordless prayer is the language of the soul. It is not that we cease to communicate, but that we communicate on a higher frequency through intention, being, visualization, and presence. It is the silent offering of gratitude, the radiant energy of compassion, the openness that says, I am willing to love, to see, to heal, and to be healed. Picture a candle flame in the darkness, still, unwavering, quietly illuminating everything around it. That is your presence when you embody wordless prayer. Now, we have all experienced human love and human prayers. It is often conditional, built on need, desire, or exchange. I love you if, I love you when, I love you because. But divine love and wordless prayer are different. Divine love does not ask for anything. It is whole, infinite, and formless. It is beyond words because words cannot hold it. Human love is spoken. Divine love is lived. And when you align with divine love, you realize your presence, silent, centered, and open, is the highest prayer you could ever give. Silence is sometimes more powerful than words because words, beautiful though they may be, are often the language of the mind, not connecting with the heart. And they become subject to misunderstanding, misinterpretation, or the limits of vocabulary. Human love is bound by conditions, expectations, and fears. It seeks reassurance, reciprocation, and reward. Human love is precious, but it is often fragile, easily wounded, and easily withdrawn. Divine love, in contrast, is unconditional presence. It asks for nothing and gives everything. It is the love that exists without cause, without need, without end. It flows from the deepest well within you, the source that is inexhaustible, silent, and eternal. Divine love does not see an image. It sees and connects to the vibration of unconditional love for all. Imagine now the warm sun shining impartially on all things, flowers and weeds, the generous and the unkind alike. This is divine love, wordless and all-encompassing. How can we reach and embody this wordless, soundless prayer in our everyday life? It begins with your mental diet. What do you feed your mind? What do you allow yourself to think, dwell on, repeat? If your mind is full of fear, anger, or judgment, silence feels heavy. But when your mental diet is love, gratitude, patience, and forgiveness, silence becomes nourishment. Every thought is a seed. Your mental diet determines whether your inner garden is a jungle of confusion or a sanctuary of peace. The practice? Begin by becoming aware of your own presence. Before you speak, before you act, pause. Feel your breath. Feel the energy in your body. Allow your attention to drop from the mind into the heart. Ask yourself, what am I radiating right now? What kind of energy am I offering to this moment, to these people, to the world, in my environment, to myself? Your state of being is always communicating, whether you realize it or not. The peace you cultivate within is felt by everyone around you. The compassion you embody becomes a silent blessing to all. Let us do another visualization. Think of a calm pond or lake. Imagine yourself throwing the smallest pebble into the water. It creates ripples that travel outward, touching every shore. Your inner state, your wordless prayer, creates ripples in the fabric of reality. To speak without speaking is to become aware of your mental diet. Just as you nourish your body with food, you nourish your soul with thoughts. What are you feeding your mind? Is it self-criticism, worry, or resentment? Or is it gratitude, possibility, and love? Your mental diet determines the quality of your presence. Whatever you dwell upon, you magnify, not through force of speech, but through the power of attention and attraction. Next, let me talk about the laws of moral humanity, not man-made rules, but eternal truths. Compassion, integrity, responsibility, accountability, respect. When you live by these laws, you speak without speaking. Your actions become your prayer. Your presence becomes your message. People feel your integrity before you say a word. It is not in your declarations, but in your quiet consistency that divine love radiates, those timeless principles that guide us toward empathy, justice, humility, and service. Moral humanity is not a performance for others. It is the silent integrity with which we meet each day, the silent promise to be honest, to be kind, to be just, even when no one is watching. When you embody these laws without ostentation, pretension, or showiness, your life itself becomes a prayer, one that uplifts and inspires without a single spoken word. You also hold the sovereignty of your perception. No one can force you to see the world through their eyes. You choose the lens through which you interpret life. If you see through fear, the world shrinks. If you see through love, the world expands. You are the only one who can choose how you see the world, how you comprehend events, and how you understand yourself and others. This sovereignty is your freedom. It is your birthright. It is the foundation of your true self. No one can think your thoughts for you. No one can perceive your reality for you. When you become sovereign in your perception, you reclaim your power. You cease to be a victim of circumstance and become an author of meaning. To speak without speaking is to live in such awareness that your perception radiates peace without needing to explain it. Visualize and imagine a lens that, when polished, reveals the brilliance and beauty in everything it sees. Your perception, cleared of judgment and fear, is exactly like that, revealing the sacredness hidden in the everyday. Every practice we have explored leads to one simple truth. Who you are beneath words is your most powerful prayer. When you tend to your mental diet, live by the laws of moral humanity, and claim the sovereignty of your perception, you return to your true nature, a being of presence, compassion, and light. This is where divine love flows naturally. This is where silent prayer becomes your living reality. You discover that you are not here to be defined by words, titles, or opinions, but to embody a presence that heals, uplifts, and transforms every life you touch. This practice of Silence, mental diet, moral integrity, and sovereign perception develops your true nature. It is not something you add to yourself. It is what you uncover when you release noise, distraction, and illusion. Your true self is not in what you say, it is what you embody. And the more you step into this embodiment, the more you realize you do not need to convince, explain, or justify. You simply are. And in your being, you are prayer. So remember this. The highest prayer is not in words, but in the vibration of your being. To speak without speaking is to let your silence be full of presence, full of love, full of truth. Guard your mental diet. Live by the laws of moral humanity. Honor the sovereignty of your perception. And in doing so, you uncover your true nature, your true self. The power of this silent transmission is that in silence, you feel your inner stillness where your presence becomes your highest prayer. Wordless, silent, soundless, yet full of power. In every moment, you have the ability to speak without speaking, to love without condition, to serve by simply being, and to radiate peace into a world hungry for silent blessings. Remember, the highest prayer is not what you say, it is who you are. In that state, you do not just pray, you become the prayer. Thank you for listening and visualizing with me. Until next time, peace, hugs, and love. Goodbye for now.